shooting hours just opened up.
Yep, that just happened.
There's 14 deer running out there like they're nuts. It is a pig, just a mammoth thing.
Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farm. And today, a little different. We're not going farming, we're going deer hunting today. We're going to try and chase some Iowa whitetail deer on my dad's ground. Not really going to be chasing, we're just going to be sitting. It's 5:30 in the morning, it's really dark out. I'm going to try and sneak in before dawn and see if we can see anything this morning. So let's get moving. Alrighty, as I was saying before, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go out and see if I can see any whitetail deer this morning. I'm in eastern Iowa, heading out to my dad's ground. We got a couple of blinds out on the ground. It's actually the same ground that we deer hunted in 2020 deer hunting days 2 and 4. So if you guys are curious, check out either our hunting 2020 playlist or any of those videos. Really had some nice deer hunting videos this year, but we're gonna head out and see if we can shoot the big one. I am only basically trophy hunting when I'm out here, so I'm not gonna shoot any does. Mainly just gonna try and shoot the big one, shoot the big buck. So we'll go ahead and head out there. It's cold, it's solid 17 degrees this morning, and it feels a lot colder than that, so let's head out. Alright, just pulling down the gravel lane. Got about another half mile to go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and park on the side of the road, and then I'm gonna go ahead and basically I got a 300-yard walk into the timber off the road, and I'm gonna kind of climb the hill a little bit and then walk straight up the hill. Hopefully we can not spook anything. I'm gonna wearing a headlamp because you guys can probably see it's pitch dark out. If I turn my headlights off, you can't see anything. So I'm gonna need all the light I can get. So I'm gonna wear a headlamp walking in, and I probably won't be able to film anything because you guys won't be able to see anything anyway. One of the best Christmas presents my dad ever got me. This thing is handy as heck for working on the combines or working on anything in the farm at night, and for walking in on a deer trail. Bright. Alright, let's get going. Muzzle loader, so I can only hold one shell at a time. I feed it in. I feed black powder from the barrel, from the muzzle, and I feed a bullet in through here as well. Pack it down, and I put a blasting cap primer up front, and that's what basically provides the initial ignition, lights the black powder, and shoots the bullet out. Alright, now let's get going. Alright, here you guys go. I'm in the deer blind right now. Here's a little bit of a tour. So, there's a muzzleloader in here, right there. I basically have 4 windows. One right there, that's a small one. That's not really in a common shooting lane. This big one right here, which is pointing right at the food plot, it's on like a pillow window system where it'll roll out. It's not the quietest thing in the world, so I'll have to open it up closer to shooting hours. Similar, just small window, mainly just to look out of, but I can move it up if I need to shoot. This big guy pointing right at the cornfield, so this direction right here points right at the cornfield. This direction points right at the food plot. I'm only probably 50 yards from the food plot right now. So hopefully we can maybe see a couple things today. Like I said, I've gone muzzleloader hunting probably about 7 years now. I've seen a lot of deer, just never any shooters, so my hopes are minimal, but hey, can't be a day out in the woods. Alright, shooting hours just opened up. Shooting hours in Iowa for a late season muzzleloader is half hour before sunset or sunrise. Sunrise is at 7:37 today, and it is 7:09. So 2 minutes into shooting hours. Don't see anything out there. I have never seen deer in the morning out here. I've hunted out in the morning probably 5-6 times. It's usually in the afternoons and evenings when they come out here, but like I said, big cornfield over here. The windows are definitely a little frosty. Here's the food plot. So we'll see what we see. It's a little chilly out this morning, plus it's really frosty, so I'm gonna try and start the heater in here. We got a little space heater. So I take it back, it's a lot chilly in here. It was a low of 12 last night, a little cold. So we'll start the heater for about 10 minutes and let it warm the place up a little. There it goes. Probably just set this on the ground. So if a deer would come up, I ignites the black powder, which is this right here, 100, I believe, milliliters or something of black powder. And that black powder creates the ignition, or the provides the energy to release these bullets. And I'm using copperhead 50 cal bullets, or sorry, power belt 50 cal bullets. My gun is scoped out to about 120 yards, dead on, 200 yards, about a 2-inch drop. I believe that's what it is, so I got plenty of range on this muzzleloader. So the gun that I'm using, guys, and I'm sorry that I'm whispering because I am still hunting, but I'm using a Bergala Acura. It's a muzzleloader, so it does not take any cartridges. It is only loaded up through the muzzle. And I'm using a golden antler scope. I don't know how much of the details my dad sent me up with this gun, but this gun is currently not loaded. I mean, this is kind of my philosophy. Over the last couple years, I haven't seen anything worth shooting, so this year I'm not going to load my gun until I actually see a deer that's worth shooting. I can load this gun in about 45 seconds. Granted, that might be the time that it takes that I would miss my window. My dad had a kind of a close encounter last year where he left his gun loaded, but with coming in and out of cold heat, coming in and out of heated blinds and stuff, he actually kind of a scary situation. He couldn't get his gun unloaded, or his gun wouldn't fire, so he had to kind of manually clean it out. But so I'm going to try and avoid that this year by not loading up until I see a deer. How I would load this is I got my black powder right here. I would tip the barrel up, the gun up like this, dump the black powder into the gun right here, into this barrel, and then I'll take my bullet, take the bullet in. So it would be black powder, bullet, and I would take my rod, my muzzleloader with a packing rod, shove it into the barrel right here, and I would pack it all down and make sure the bullet is tight against the black powder, and the black powder is tight against the kind of the end of the barrel. And what that would do is you can kind of see right here, the green's got like a little indent around the bullet itself. It kind of seals the black powder into there, so when the plastic cap provides a charge, it provides as much energy moving forward to propel the bullet. That's kind of how the muzzleloader works. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the plastic cap, primer, or whatever you call it. So here you can break the gun in half. Take your primer right there, and this hammer. So right now I'm unsafe. There would be fire if I pull the hammer all the way back. But if this hammer's pulled back and the trigger depresses, this hammer releases, and then this plastic cap in there provides a spark, which ignites the black powder. And here's what the plastic cap looks like. Plastic cap, I'm not quite sure what to call it, but yeah, that's what I'm calling it. So yeah, that's how my muzzleloader works. So again, I've never shot this thing at a deer, so maybe this year will be the year, who knows. This is the homemade blind my dad kind of made. He took a big old dog kennel, split it in half, and made 2 blinds that look like this. So I'm just kind of sitting on a bar stool, 2 major shooting lanes going this way and that way. This way it's towards the food plot like I was saying before. There's a couple apple trees right there, a bunch of pumpkins along this fence line, pumpkins, turnips, and this was the soybean field that we planted earlier this year. Carter right here from when we did it. The soybean didn't take, it didn't work too well. We have a couple ideas to try for next year, but yeah, that didn't work. And then here's the cornfield. My dad's 27-acre cornfield he harvested. This blind just sitting on a trailer after we got it harvested it. He just pulled the blind up here. Alright, it's 9:30, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack up. It's been a couple hours out here this morning. It's not too bad. Really nice morning it turned out. Pretty sunny. Frost burned off for the most part. So didn't see near a thing. Alright, here's our blind. Orange on all 4 corners. That's state law. I also like to be wearing blaze orange when I get out. I'll head back down through the food plot because there's a bedding area of the deer up there about 300-400 yards. I'm not gonna walk back through the timber at all, so I can not spook them. I'll go ahead. I'll head back through the food plot and go down. Disappointing morning, but hey, like I said, I don't have high hopes of killing a deer in late muzzleloader. Like I said, my dad or I never have. We've seen a pile of deer, just never any shooters. Mainly just out here for the fun of it. Enjoy the outdoors and see what we see. Yeah, here's some pumpkins right here. Got some pumpkins, turnips. You can see something was chewing that. It's a nice little food plot for the deer. There's a couple turnips that I've been getting nipped at. It's just a turnip patch. Deer love turnips this time of year. When it gets cold, that's what the deer love. There's all our cows sitting out in the cornfield. There's just something about walking through the woods. Kind of peaceful. Yep. That just happened. Fell on my butt. Walked right across ice. Didn't break anything. When you fall, guys, you're supposed to not brace yourselves with your wrists, so you break your wrists and stuff. Let your butt take the fall. That sucked. I was lucky I didn't break anything. Not the most graceful, I don't claim to be. Here's that new pond my dad put up, or had the Kemp boys put up. Kinda like it. So honestly, it wouldn't be a bad habitat for deer. Like if my dad fences us off for most of it so the cows don't destroy it, we put kind of timber or trees along the edge, kind of protect from the road. That'd probably be a good watering hole for deer or for wildlife.
Okay, you got the bud man here. I'm up here in the blind. This is the bean field. I do got 4 deer in front of me. 2 does, 2 bucks over there. Probably 2.5. There are no shooters in there though. But see the back of the one there, and over there is another one. You got one over there and one over there, so we got 4 deer. No shooters though, but there was 11 of them out here, about 250 yards out. There was 11 of them there earlier. They went towards the other blind. I got deer everywhere now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 deer running out there like they're nuts. All does, 2 bucks. That's cool. See them all out there. Hello everyone, you got the Bud Man here from Hartung Family Farms in Jackson County, Iowa. I'm out to pick up Ron's deer that was put up last year. So he called me about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, said it was done, but I just been busy, can't connect with him. But we're heading out to pick it up, so I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like. It's about 32 degrees here on Thursday night. It's actually January 7th already. It's crazy how fast this is going. Seems like last week we were deer hunting, first Saturday in December. Here it is, the first Saturday in January. So just heading out of town here, actually on Highway 52 South. We're gonna head down and take a look at and see what that deer amount looks like. So we'll see you here in a little bit. I'm down here at Daryl Parker's picking up Ron's deer. He does this for a hobby. There's Daryl there. Hi Daryl, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. As you can see, he does quite a bit of things just for a hobby. He just likes to tinker with it. He does an awesome job. Yeah. How long you been doing this, Daryl?
Oh, goodness gracious. 30 years.
30 years?
30 years probably, 25, 30 probably.
But you see there's lots of antlers around. He's got looks like he's got a dog that likes antlers.
Chewing on the skull cap, keep busy.
So this is actually Ron's right here.
Yeah.
This is one that he everybody saw last year that he got when we were hunting first season. Actually looks bigger on the wall than it did on the ground. So, really? But it's a dandy.
It's a dandy.
I want to thank Daryl for doing it for him, and we're gonna get it back. He's real happy with it because he's got kind of a man cave down in Davenport where he lives, and he's got one at my house. And my wife's, I know, is gonna be happy that both of these are gonna be leaving. Once again, I want to thank Daryl Parker for doing that for Ron and Hartung Family Farms. Are you taking any more? Or do you?
I'm always doing work. So
he's always looking.
Busy.
Actually, he's actually retired. I used to work with Daryl. He was the Jackson County Conservation Board chairman, director, and he was actually in law enforcement on weekends and during the week, and then worked during the day to keep all the parks up. And he retired after
34 years.
34 years of doing that. God bless him on that there, and thanks for his service there. And now as a matter of fact, I called him, was it yesterday, the day before, he was out ice fishing.
That's right.
So he said he was catching some, but nothing big, but just catching some. But you can see he keeps quite busy. Tanning hides. There's a bobcat right here that a buddy has got. He's got a taxidermy and the mount on that there. And that's one of my bucket lists too. I want to get a bobcat someday too. So, okay, with that being said, we're going to grab this bad boy here and take that up to the Schraders, and then I'll get it to Ron over the weekend here. So, you got the Bud Man from Hartung Family Farms in beautiful Jackson County, Iowa. Anyway, I'm back at my house in Bellevue. I got Ron's deer picked up from Daryl Parker's house. Had a nice little talk with him. So if anybody's looking to get some taxidermy done, he does all kinds of stuff, anywhere from upland to pheasants, ducks, bobcats, deer. This is his first one that he got probably when he was probably about, I don't know, 14 years old. It's a nice one. But if you look over the one he's got now, this is rough scored about 170, 173. I thought that's what Daryl said. But you can see it is a pig. Just a mammoth thing.
If you guys are curious on how I got that deer, I actually got that deer all on camera. Card will be right here, I believe. But here's that buck. Oh my gosh, was that an absolutely fun hunt. You guys really need to check that out. Go right now to that card and go to that video. And check out all my deer hunting videos while you guys are there. I got a playlist of every single year that I went deer hunting. You guys are going to want to check it out.
The width. That's his first one. This is actually the one he got last year. So you can see it's just huge. Just a nice deer all the way around. So congratulations to Ronald. Thanks again to Daryl Parker for putting that together for us. We appreciate you watching Hartung Family Farms. Until we meet again, ta-ta for now.